mom does tapping. I do these things that mom finds that helpful. You don't have to say do it. I find that helpful. You know, I don't know, I'm going to share this, but it feels guided. I just got back yesterday or last night. I went up to Canada and it was my dad's 56th AA, Alcoholics Anonymous. He's sober. And I was, just listening to these beautiful human beings sharing at that we were at a meeting and my dad, we were, honoring my dad's sobriety. And I was just thinking like of all throughout his whole life, my dad always put his human on the table. He was like, I was a drunk and I stole money and I stole cars and I did some really lousy things and I hurt people. And he was always honest with that. And, I never recognized the power of my dad's um, admission, his
Mhm.
honesty. My parents, they demonstrated love. They demonstrated service in their home. They sponsored people in AA. My mom joined my dad, even though she wasn't an alcoholic herself. That was demonstrative to myself as a child.
Mm.
And, he was 56 years sober. And I was just watching my dad. I was watching my family and thinking, they never told us. They weren't like, don't do this, don't drink. They didn't tell us how to behave, but they showed us.
Mhm.
Um, and that's powerful. And I recognize that today being a parent. And that gets lost sometimes in parenting that we believe we're the almighty teachers. And um, that's not my experience. They offer us so much. And I think the greatest gift that we can really offer them is our own example, Brandy. And you're doing that. You're doing that by your open heart. You're doing that through your own humility for you to even raise your hand and ask this question. You're doing that through your own self reflection and your own practices and priming and tapping. It's beautiful. You're catching yourself. And, like you said, you can teach your child how to argue with, from the perspective of a lawyer. That'll come in handy too. You're beautiful. All of who you are as a woman, it's beautiful. And your children are lucky to have you as a mother. And your heart is very apparent. And I'm so grateful that you asked this question because, you know, here we are, 40s, 50s, 30s, whatever age, or 60s, however old, or 70s, whatever age, wherever you begin in this journey, and we're unlearning. And I think it's really extraordinary for you, that those of you who are out there as parents, to know that it's not just our words